Que le spectacle commence!
This video compilation of replays will feature two commonalities. Fighting an uphill battle where Matchmaker stacks a bunch of good players on the enemy team, and, primarily, and most importantly, playing one boring position and having the self-control and self-discipline to stay there and work it. Now, I'm gonna give you a heads up spoiler that this battle will end as a draw. As you can see, they have very pretty colors on their team where it matters. I'm not looking at win rate too much. W at 7 really is what I'm talking about. 67, 67, 82, 68. And some yellow fillers. What do we have? Nothing close. I'm the top guy. I'm a 59 here, and there's a 53 12 ton. This is a tier 9 game. So this is the position I'm going to be playing for most of the game. And I will not let these motherfuckers get a win. In fact, by the end, it will be only a draw or a loss. So I think draw is the better of the two. Anyway, playing this position, just breaking a few things that might get into my view. And yeah, I see my maximum view range on the map there. This is going to be a long and boring one. I might even speed it up 2x instead. And 4x, but not a lot of action is happening. As you can see, yeah, already fired. That's blue already. And this is 4x speed, yeah, not much action. I'm gonna go to 1x here just to slow it down and show you. I'm trying to fire at the turret of this Panther too. And it just goes a little bit high every time. Ah, and he moved back. Well, that's my luck. VK45 OPD. Non-pen from the side. Non-pen from the side. Non-pen from the side. That was regular ammunition. Shit got serious. Switching to premium ammunition. I carry 18 of each on this vehicle. If I was some, you know, Unicum bastard from some Unicum clan, maybe I would carry 0 AP and everything would be APCR. But seeing as how I'm on a bit of a budget and I do carry premium rounds for when the shit hits the fan, as in this case, here I go loading them. I switch over to the 44, not only because he's a soft target, because you don't know where the other guy is. There's no guarantee that he stayed there, even though he stayed there. I got a tracking shot on him. Alright, and that clearly ducked down into the lower glacis, but still not enough to pen the front of this strong vehicle, the 4502B. I already got him, our GW Tiger Peak. So it would appear like, oh wow, 8.5, yeah, look at that. Nope. Let's take a look again. Their best players are alive, you know, yellow, orange, green, yellow, yellow, green, blue. And for us, it's a bunch of red trash and orange trash and like upper orange, lower yellow. So fast forward to 2x and now 4x, me spinning around, because I saw that this guy, this T69, is fighting with the Panther, so I'm like, okay, yeah, let me go help him. And okay, the ST got the final blow. Now I know that there's a TD over on the hill and don't want to overstay my welcome. Reloading right now. And E75 killed our 69. As you can see, the battle is already turning flip-flop. More red text reveals that a Jagdtiger killed our E75. And slowly but surely, you know, never get carried away. If you're running XVM, take a look. They got the colors, You don't. You know, if you have 8 trash and they have 5 or 4 good players, don't think you have the win. You don't. You know, they probably left people as one shots and they're gonna clean up and play conservative, and I'll knock this tree over just because I can. And that one. I don't know, it makes me feel better with more crap in the way. I kind of feel more camoed up. It's kind of like you're feeling warmer with a blanket on you. Now, they're not visible, so I back away from there. Number 1, because I think Artie might fire there. Number 2, because somebody else might fire there. Number 3, because they're probably coming at me and I don't want to be in the face of tier 9s. This is a nimble tier 8 scout. And surely enough, there he is, E75. Don't forget, they have good view range. He might be a big, slow motherfucker, but no, he can see you. So, just maneuvering, staying on the low ground, because I know the arc of Artie gets really screwed when you have a crest of a hill in the way. I'm gonna go back to this bush, backwards, see what I could see. And there they are. They don't see me, but and I take the shot at the 29 just because I can. And I kill him. I can't really recall if I got lit there or not. But it was one of those things where I could afford to get hit, where killing the guy is so close and their guns weren't on me, so it took them a while to like scratch their head, you know. Reloading now. I actually, yeah. No, still reloading. Yeah, the thing indicates that I'm still reloading. But staying right here by the bush, so I could spot in case the E75 is coming. And at the same time, don't want to move around too much. They have the TEs there, so yeah, I set up the binocs. I'm still running binocs on this thing. Now I venture forth. You could say it's dangerous, but I figure that the guys on hill, let me show you right there at Echo 4, the 2 heavies in the ISU would be tying those guys up, so why would they look at me? I'm trying to mess with the E75, right? So I have a full mag of APCR, and I feel confident in engaging this guy. I actually wanted to get him from the back, come all the way around him and surprise him. And now that our T-29 has his attention, I'm coming in from this way. I take a shot that I shouldn't have because it missed. I should have just focused like that. And I should have focused, but I rushed it like an idiot. Learned from my mistakes. And the last one, it was probably the sloped back of the turret, like, you know, where those 2 tracks are mounted on the back. That's where it probably landed. In fact, I see a spot there. So once again, that shot should have also been focused, but I was in the heat of the moment, blah blah blah. And I'm reloading right now. I have 6 regular rounds coming up, because this thing doesn't carry too much ammo, as a matter of fact, just enough for a battle. But I have 1 APCR left and 6 AP, so I'm loading 6. Because 6 is kind of better than 1, even though that 1 has more AP. He just shot me in the track. Yeah, so my track absorbed the shot. And he's trying to ram me, not succeeding. And our KV-5 finishes him off. I bought just enough time distracting him. So far my mistakes have been rushing my shots. And yeah, just being too buck wild about it. I had a feeling I might have gotten lit, so yeah, that's why I made that little circle. Because, yeah, and also breaking stuff, so already kind of earlier, yeah, they have their already left. And notice, just notice, like, this is what I'm telling you, the colors, their 3 best players. Is it a coincidence? Well, what do you know? No, it's not a coincidence. The guy, the 67 WN7, the other 67, and the 82, that's what's left. And on my team, the Artie, well, that shit sits in the back, last to be discovered, even though he's a red player, so that doesn't count. But a yellow KV-5, so KV-5 is a strong tank, and the yellow player is, you know, above average. And me, you know, a green. So what can we do? I'm gonna try to do our best. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention the T-29 that's an orange. He's like, you know, he may as well be considered an NPC at this point. So far, I have dealt 3,081 damage, and I know that our chances are not so great. Me taking out the ISU is kind of doable, but I can't afford to get derped by it, and I can't take out the Jagdtiger. It's just like I would have to use 2 clips, possibly 2 mags, to kill him. It's really hard. I would have to get him from the back, and I would have to make sure that he does not find a way to turn his front to me. And yeah, you don't want to get derped by Jagdtiger either, because if it doesn't kill me, it'll cripple me so bad that I'm gonna have several injured crew and modules. Like, that's what it's gonna leave me with, being hit by either of them. And same goes for the Artie. But I know that since if they want to push cap, they're gonna need support of that Artie, because you know the TDs, they're both turretless, and I just know that I have to take out their Artie. So this is why, like, I left the team. This is where I left them. You see, and the KB5 just got killed. The only thing we have left over is Artie. The Jagdtiger's there. The ISU was last spotted somewhere close to the hill. Now, to make that push successful, they need the help of their Artie, because if they pin me down, then they need to flush me out by Artie fire, by that splash, like by a rock or something, so I can't hide, or I can't keep running when I'm bringing around the Rosie. So I know I have to take out their Artie, and I had it in the back of my mind, like thoughts, considering should I get on cap, or at least after I kill Artie. So I'll readdress that thought after this. I'll come back to it and I'll tell you why I did what I did and the choices that I made. So now I'm lit, and he's running.
Ils sont touchés. Il est cuit. Passez au
He's dead.
suivant.
Now, first of all, 4 regular shells left, 1 APCR. The choice between should I stick with these 4 because I know what I'm up against, or go with the 1, like I said earlier, I'd rather have strength in numbers. You know, you can't vest everything in that 1. These 4 will pen if you aim well, so of course if you get flanking shots on them. You can't hope to do well even with APCR trying to fight a Jagdtiger or something like that from the front with this 90mm gun. That's a rather low cal, and that's not what it was meant for, or this vehicle was meant for. So there's the SU. It's going towards our Artie. Our Jagdtiger probably thinks that I'm gonna start capping now, which would explain why, since the ISU is there, possibly going for a cap, the Jagdtiger knows that I might cap them out if he tries to go towards cap, our cap, and they might not manage to 2-cap me before I can 1-cap them. And there's only 58 seconds left, 57 now, so they gotta double cap or else nothing happens, or they gotta kill me, so they might be looking for me. So the ISU is on our cap right now, possibly baiting me in, possibly taking me for some conjurer of cheap tricks, but no. I knew this wasn't going to be a win from the get-go. I knew this was going to be an uphill battle, and I knew that that right now I'm playing for damage and playing for a draw. Currently I stand with 3,471 damage dealt. That's the most on the team. I don't have to show you the chart. I just get behind this tree, camo up, binocs up, gun ready to fend anything off if need be. And yeah, with 5 seconds now left, yep, playing for that goddamn draw. And that's what they get. There you go, GG.
Allons-y.
I should have mentioned that at the end of that last one, getting on cap would have been one of the worst things I could have done, because they already saw where I was when I killed their Artie, and one of their biggest concerns would be automatically thinking that, okay, you know, what if he's going to try to fast cap us, you know, while we get our slow ass back there. So no, I would have been a sitting duck. It would have been a very poor choice. It would have been their game just instantly if I made that choice to get on that cap and stay there. There's no way I would have gotten away from both of those TDs. They would have certainly come back for me, and there would have been plenty of time for them to do so. Anyway, on to this next battle. First I go right over here, just pokey in the bush, thinking, going down. A bit of exploration. And then you will see the spot I decide to play for the rest of this game. Oh, I'm led by something magical, probably the Wizzy, WZ-132 right there. Yeah, I spend a bit of time at this position because nobody else is yet. But we have some stuff coming, like a tortoise. Oh yes, notice the importance of driving backwards. It is absolutely crucial to a scout, even one that doesn't have a rear-mounted turret, which this one is kind of rear, mostly rear, and there are some scouts like the WZ-131 that has it more towards the center. The T-71 also has it a bit more towards the back, but kind of in the center. And still, you want to play backwards. Why? Because you could get away that way. And if not backwards, then at least sideways, so you can kind of use your front to go forward fast. As you're lit or getting fired at, just trying not to fucking die. So, I think that's the end of that position. Now I'm gonna go towards this hill that I'm gonna be playing the living daylights out of for most of this battle, because that's my job. Because look at that, it's tactical. It's freaking tactical. Nobody else is doing it. Nobody else is providing lights here. Where's the reconnaissance? I'm doing that. Yep. So, object there, yeah, and I'm gonna be toying with him for like the rest of this, and I run the hell away, because yeah, you know, you gotta imagine what they're seeing, what they're thinking, you know, you're still lit, right? So, they have to think that you went far, far away. I'm the only 8 in this tier 9 game. The only 8 in this tier 9 game, just pay attention to that. I'm sorry, it's a tier 10 game. I saw a bunch of 9s, no. Yeah, it's a tier 10 game. There's about 6 tier 10s on each team. Our team actually has only 5 tier 10s. That's another reason why we're slightly short-handed. Yeah, I got lit there. I'm gonna go around. Yeah, but like when I say playing one position, you know, it might be boring. Like, oh, I want some carnage. I want some action. I want to deal some damage. I want to get in there and do damage. No. If you want to do that, go play a different vehicle. If you want to play this kind of vehicle, try to stay alive. Nobody's gonna yell at you for not getting top damage on the team. What they will yell at you for is not doing your job as a scout and giving that reconnaissance, okay? Which doesn't mean Sui Scout, it doesn't mean go in balls deep and light them all up. Yeah, we're gonna know where they are. Well, we kinda knew where they were, like theoretically speaking, like in some vicinity of the map. When some idiot pressures you, tells you, Scout, go do your job, get in there, like why? To give you like 3 seconds of lights and you're not even gonna hit what I light and like I died for no reason? Screw you, buddy. Anyway, you do what you know how to do and you play your role well and don't listen to what anyone says, and if they start pushing you, just report them, open a ticket. Or just get away, go to another place, another point on the map. If you're on the east, go to the west. Go to a different flank. They're not gonna chase after you, you know. I once had a dumbass in an IS-3. He actually got banned after I opened the ticket, but like he kept ramming me and shoving me and wouldn't leave me alone. I could have easily run to another part of the map. But yeah, some 46% scrub was like, you know, telling me, Scout, you can go do your job. It was a tier 10 game, kind of like this one. And yeah, like I set up Binax, I was you know, using my 400 meter view range plus some modifiers, and that wasn't enough for them, obviously. So yeah, and he was one of the people who did like no damage and died. So don't feel pressured by people that are, you know, rushing you and stuff like that. And by the way, notice like I'm the only one lighting this whole area right now. There's a lot of people at J3 and K4 now, but I'm keeping reconnaissance on this whole thing. And just watch the arrow, like how I go around and around, just working this hill that's located at Gamma 5 and or 5 also, and the part of the hill is actually an H4. I just keep going back and forth, back and forth. Like, agree with me. I mean, it seems boring. Like, how many people have the discipline to actually, you know, just do this for the rest of the battle? Well, welcome to scouting. You know, I have the other video, Scouts Are Us, and that's a bit more exciting. You know, there's like running around and all that, and it does happen here. But you gotta realize that it doesn't happen right
Ils
away.
sont touchés. On n'a pas pénétré le blindage.
Hitting a 103. I'm lit now, so.
Il a rebondi.
Alright, you see that? Like, when the light bulb goes off like that, like, get out of there. Take that last shot, and if you have even more self-control than me, don't take that last shot. Just get out of there immediately. It's not worth getting hit. Alright? So, they were trivial shots anyway, and even if they weren't, you're better off alive. You're better off what? You're better off alive. Now, speaking about the spicy, juicy action, alright? Yes, I have 3 rounds and I'm not choosing to reload yet because 3 is plenty. This is how autoloaders work, especially when it's a scout autoloader. You have half your mag, you're good. Because like that, you saw that back there, I just took a hit. Like, you don't overstay your welcome anyway. Unless somebody is counting stars, you're not gonna sit there and clip out into their ass, okay? You're gonna take like maybe 3-4 shots at most, and then you're gonna find yourself retreating because now you're getting focused. So having that small amount, like only 3 left, and you stick with it, it kind of forces you to play smart because you're gonna clip out, and then you have no business sticking your head out there anymore. You're gonna go away. You're gonna get lost, which is good. That's how you're supposed to play this thing. Anyway, yeah, like if you muster the self-discipline to play like this in your scout, in your high tier scout, or even, you know, like medium tank, right? Because like by tier 9 and 10, even there's no more lights. They're all medium. Like Lorraine, and then there's the T54. You could do the same thing with that, right? The E50. So you play smart. You stay alive. It might be boring, but in the end, once the game is coming to a close, as you see, I'm beginning to deal damage. I'm beginning to take shots.
Celui-là n'a pas percé.
I just got lit. You don't want to get rocked by the tier 10 British TD. Get the hell away from that FV. Anyway, like, it's gonna become exciting towards the end. People tend to live in reverse. They go out like a freaking, you know, spark, like a flare in the beginning, running balls deep, boom, 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 do their damage, light a few things that nobody's even gonna shoot because they're not in position yet, and they die. And now they sit and watch the game in post-mortem and will go back to their garage for the rest of the duration. But if you take the inverse of that, flip it upside down, doing nothing in the beginning, or seemingly nothing, just your reconnaissance, your eyes, you know, eyeballs on the map, you're providing intel, you're, you know, spotting their positions. And then in the end, you get your action in, which is kind of what I'm doing, you see, getting more involved in it. Now I'm sitting because we gotta have people, you know, encroach on them. Like me driving into the face of the Su 122 50 whatever and the FV British TD, like that's not gonna help anything. And I already might be reloading right now, which is a sure bet because lights just went out on the map, so like this is a good time for Artie to reload. So now I see this guy. This is the Su 122 54.
Joli tir.
Alright.
Cible détruite.
See, I just killed a Su 122 54, okay? That's a tier 9 TD. And this is the action that I'm talking about. I've already dealt 559 damage. At least that's what the visible damage is. That's how this hit counter is counting. It might be more than that, counting the blind shots. But like, and got some like critical hits, you know, crit non-damage. Maybe tracking shots and stuff, but it's getting more exciting towards the end because you know that's when cleanup happens. That's when, you know, if everybody did what they're supposed to, you're already changing the tide. And like once you're winning, then it's easy. It's easy to overwhelm them. It's easy to do something good. It's easy to get that damage.
Il est cuit.
Just kill the Artie. You know, have that fulfillment that you've been seeking all battle long, which is to get in there and cause some damage and use your gun and take those nice shots and get your damage in. So wait for it. Like some of the best things in life and in this game are worth waiting for. That's what makes it worthwhile. If it was, you know, worthless, then you would have that satisfaction right away. But no, you had to work for it. And that work came in the form of staying alive, being careful, and playing smart. T-125 is the last enemy on this team. Last enemy of the enemy team
On l'a même pas éraflé.
that we must kill.
Celui-là n'a pas percé. Je n'y HS. On peut plus bouger.
And that's what the health pool is for, so you could be stupid in the end and take a shot from a T-125. GG.
En avant.
Alright, if you weren't bored yet, prepare to be bored in this one, because this one's going to involve some really uphill battle. And let's go over why. Yeah, I'll be playing one fixed position for most of this. And playing it damn well, playing the living daylights out of it once again. But let's take a look at the teams. The enemy team has all tier 10s, okay? Take a look here. All tier 10s except one guy, which is AMX 1390, a tier 8. My team has 3 tier 8s. 3, okay? We are down 2 tier 10s. Right off the bat. Now, stats. The only blue players are on the enemy team, with a bunch of greens. We do have greens, but we don't have blues. That's another thing. They have better stats on that enemy team. Now, this is the position I'm going to be playing for the rest of this game here. And some of you might be bored by that. Some of you might acclaim it and say, bravo, dude. Miraculous and phenomenal job playing this position. This one hill, just going back and forth on it and lighting some shit and getting some attention and pulling back. And you know, one of the noobiest things I could have done is like actually try to take a shot there. Hell no. Hell no. How many times did you play this map? How many times did you play this map until you learned that, you know, they're gonna be on that ridge? Let me show you. They're gonna be right over there, right over there. You see where that cap area is, where the T110E4 and the Foch 155 went dark? That's where they're gonna be. And they're gonna try to shoot anything that pops over here. Because why? Because they know stuff likes to pop over here.
En plein dans le mille.
Firing at T62A. 121 up on the hill right there. I'm looking at the 121, Mr. Chinese there. And looking, just looking, because I know he's looking right back. I saw his gun. And you can be sure that he's not looking into outer space. He's looking at me. He wasn't born yesterday. Yeah. Lit. Proxy lit by the Object 140. And the 121 just shot a shot over my head. And once again I focus in, but choose not to fire, because I don't want to get hit like a dumbass. Now I cannot stress how critical it was, enough how critical it was for me to keep them lit here. These guys that are right next to me on the opposite side of the hill here. You might not realize it like directly, but indirectly, like I am facilitating the work of the rest of the team, because like the good players on this team, the greens, they need to know some numbers, they need to do some math, which is how many and where and who. So they know, okay, if this guy's there, this guy there, the T-57 is here, that chat is there, the T is there, which means, let's hit the bad chat. He hit me back, that hurt. The bad chat hit me for about 450, something like that. Yeah, so in order for them to make their advance, like, down south on the J and K line, which is kind of happening right now, they need to know what is not there, because by deducing, you know, from what is there minus what is not there, you get what could be left there or supporting. And nope, I chose not to. You see, like that, there's that discipline again. Like I knew, like, should I take that one? I could have taken that one. Nope, too risky. Just don't. Just don't. That's a freaking E4, and even if it wasn't, whatever it is, don't get hit by it. Don't get derped. You're a fragile little tier 8 more so in a tier 10 game. Yeah, reloading right now. So yeah, like me providing this reconnaissance is allowing the other players to do their thing, because they gotta know what could possibly be waiting for them if they push, because they will not push if they think that there's a shit ton of the enemy team in a suspected location. By revealing a lot of the members of the enemy team, you are giving them the intel and the courage to make their goddamn push. Okay, so that's why this kind of shit is crucial. Anyway, how do you like me going back and forth? Just roll and roll and roll. Yeah, not staying stationary. You know, like, yeah, like not only does it keep you from being surprise shot, right? Not only does it keep you from being surprise shot by something that might have like parked somewhere on top of some hill or something and like is zooming in on you. They need you to stand still. Not only that, but you're keeping these guys on the opposite side of the hill from you. Oh, that hit him right on top of his head. And I took one shot, I got him to turn his turret, and then he got killed because he got shot in the side of his turret. I set him up for his own death. Somebody worked right off on me to make that happen. Fosh 155 just fired at me. He didn't aim well, so it hit into the sand. These guys here, this is a object and a E3. Okay? Object 140 and a T110 E3. By moving around like this, I'm keeping them on their toes. If I just sat still, I would be predictable. And then I do something weird like that. Okay? I did something weird and dangerous, which I'm lucky to be alive. The Bat Chat up there shot me in the track, tracking you know, me and no damage. I repaired the track, I rolled down, and as I was rolling down, I bounced the other Bat Chat off of my turret. So that's another hit that could have damaged me, but did not. But at least that made them fire, and they were lit all the more longer. Yeah, just moving back and forth non-stop. Now more so in paranoia of the Bat Chats, because like I don't want either of them to somehow get into position to hit me. There's one of them now. There's the other guy up there. You see them both. Yeah, not a whole lot of work done. Only 778 visible damage done so far. I'm at 741 HP left. No repair kit. Reloading right now, actually. Reloading APCR. Now, the way I judge whether or not I should load regular or premium ammunition, first of all, if it's a tier 10 game, 9 times out of 10 I'll load APCR, because you can't really do much against tier 10s with AP. Not really. Unless you get really phenomenally opportune shots with me, like directly perpendicular side shots or ass shots. And the other thing is, if it's a tier 9 game, you gotta see what you're working with, what they're working with. If they have a lot of medium tanks, you could afford to use or if it's a tier 9 game where there's a lot of tier 8s, there's just a few tier 9s at the top, you could also stick with AP. But if you find that they are very hard armored stuff like T95, E75, ST1, STI, whatever that thing's called, you know, IS6, a lot of heavies and stuff, then you want to load APCR, because you're just not gonna pen stuff when you find it, and it's a shame. I just shot that Bat Chat, made him a one-shot. Here comes the object. Yeah, this is gonna be my demise. The object, well, at least I got a tracking shot on him. Yeah, he shot me in the engine, and that is the final end of me. By the way, his turret is jammed. That's the funny part. Like, if you notice, his turret is jammed. So, like, if I had engine power, I would have escaped him. I would have still been alive. But since I used my repair kit earlier, And without the engine, like, you can't do anything. You can't get away from an object if your engine is busted in this vehicle, or I would have to say any vehicle for that matter. I will actually stick around and show you what goes on after I'm dead. Right now it's not that lively here in post-mortem, but I'm gonna go double, quadruple speed. Go back to double. Because I know I went post-mortem on our Foch, I believe. And there's the E4. I went post-mortem because I wanted to see what's going on down south with the Foch. And it's pretty exciting what goes on, so let's take a look at that. And then I took a look at what this guy is doing. So the Foch has engaged the IS-7. The IS-7 got him down to 58 HP right now. The Foch turned around and hit the IS-7 for the final blow. Now the other Foch, the enemy Foch, is coming after our Foch 155. This guy does a smart thing. He takes a hull down position behind that dead guy and starts rolling back. This 121 is a dumbass. Like, it's clear that that guy went AFK or something like that, and everybody's typing it to him that it's okay to come out and play. But he's so scared, he's still hiding behind the corpse there. So, this guy is cursing at him. You can't even see what he wrote. Yeah, so this IS-7, this guy must have gotten so bored that he went AFK, this E3, and the IS-7 administering the pain. Now our Foch is fighting the enemy Foch, so we're gonna take a look at that. Somehow he managed to kill him, even though the enemy Foch had a lot more health. GG.
Que le spectacle commence!
Assault mode in Erlenberg. We're on defense. So let's fast forward and see what happens. Now I go to break the garbage. I also break all of this crap because, like, I just, you know, I don't want to be capped out, and I break anything that could possibly be in our way. Like, you ever, you know, got mad because you shot that little concrete fence back there while you were being capped, or yeah, the garbage on the flag is obviously something. So, like, I eliminate all that because I don't need to be quick to position. I'm already a very fast tank, and I know where I'm gonna go, which is over here, and it's not too far. And I know, as a matter of fact, it's gonna be redundant because somebody else is also gonna get here, like this T-54, which also can spot things rather well.
On l'a même pas éraflé! Joli tir!
Ooh, 59 got tracked.
En plein dans le mille! On les tient, les gars!
And no. Reloading. And I'm guessing I got lit. Yeah, you see, like, light bulb comes later, right? You notice that I was already away, like, on the other side of the crest of the hill, like, after the fact, when the light bulb came on, right? And they're still gunning blindly, so, like, is it a good idea to go back there now? No. Not right now. Later. Lit somehow, don't know how. You see, now this is a case where I wasn't sure or aware that I would be getting lit, and that now light bulb saved me. Before it was common sense. Right now it was sixth sense that saved me, okay? No reason to pop up, no reason to show yourself. Don't do it. You're an idiot if you do. Like, if I were to somehow ride on top of this hill right now, back there, for God knows what reason, it would have been bad. M103 just fired. No, I'm lit. And so, like, I'm also counting his reload in my head because I saw him fire. That's why I stayed there and shot. Even if he would turn his gun to me, I still know he can't fire yet. He's reloading. So. But then, like, I kind of estimate his reload and go away, because, yeah, guess who he's gonna shoot at? It was a pretty good shot.
On va la voir. Continue à tirer.
And that one missed on the 32. Oh well, reloading. So far no APCR used, still loading AP. Ferdinand lit me. Which means what? Which means I have to roll back a bit. Reload coming up sooner than later. IS-8 running away. Team score is 4-4.
On les tient, les gars.
Alright. One hit and go away. Just go away. Because he will whip around and shoot you even if you're trying to escape. And that's what you gotta learn, you know, don't get too greedy. Don't get too hungry. Nothing will piss him off more if you took that one shot and disappeared. Because he's gonna want you. He's gonna want you bad. He's gonna want you to reappear. He wants you to reappear real bad so that he could hit you. And you're not gonna give him the satisfaction. You're gonna go away and come back alive to fight another day, right? So, he's kind of busy looking here. Some other teammates are tying him up and working his ass. I just saw him taking a shot. He got hit. There's a T-28 prot sideways to me.
Ils sont touchés. Réservoir d'essence ennemi touché.
Set him on fire.
On va la voir. Continue à tirer.
Still burning.
On l'a eu.
And he's dead. Yeah, T-28 was burning. It was not a prot, just a T-28. Set him on fire, then gave him a final killing blow because it went into the top of his tank. I was at higher elevation. M103 lit me. I get away from that. Didn't take any damage just yet. So now I assume I'm off the radar. M103 just fired. He killed our M103. I poke in and out. Wasn't lit. There's the VK of the enemy, still alive. This is how the map looks right now, what we know where they are. Boring. Fasting forward just a bit.
Joli tir. On les tient, les gars.
Yikes, got lit. So the 103 is closing in, as you can see. And he's dead. He was killed by our Yak Panther 2. Now this is more like it. Now the enemy has only 2 players left. This is more like it. So, side shot, probably yellowed the track, didn't do any damage. It's T-34-2 and T-34-3. He fired, it went over my head. I have 1 shot left. Let's see. And I choose to reload. And I'm loading regular AP right now, from what it looks like. 134-2 has been killed. The other guy is still alive. And I'm thinking about my reload in my head. I know I don't want to commit too early. He just shot at me, it went over my head. But I know that now, especially with this long way around, by the time I reach him, I will be reloaded. Unless he's dead by the time I reach him. So, you see how you can time it in your head, your reload? Get used to that. You see? Learn to time it in your head. And I moved aside, my teammates got the kill on him, side shot. Perfect setup. GG. Another one of those stacked games, as you can see. Plenty of grass is greener, or stats in this case, on the other side going on here. A lot of oranges on my team, some reds, a few yellows, a lot of greens on theirs, several yellows. So we're off to a uphill battle from the get-go. And me and this WZ-131, which is the Chinese tier 8, I'm sorry, tier 7 scout, are going to be working this area. And well, this replay is actually entitled Save the Day When No One Else Will. And you will see why. Because eventually, in this encounter mode, the central cap, the contested cap is going to be triple capped. First single, then double, then triple capped. And nobody is gonna be, you know, hustling their way over to put their foot on it, to even stop it. So let's just sit back and see how this unfolds. I was gonna charge that guy, by the way, but he got killed, so that's fine. Yeah, I know I'm very lit right now. There's plenty of bad guys that want to do a lot of bad things to me. So, now that was meant to be funny, in case you can catch that. You know, like little sheep and the wolves, kind of funny. Right now they got 2 cappers on the cap. We don't have much of anything except Mr. Proto, T28 Proto Baggins going over there. Our Wizzy, as I called him, Wizzy, WZ-131 got taken out, and the score is 1-1. I believe our Prot is standing on the cap to prevent them from capturing it any further. But our Prot is in bad shape. He has 407 health left, and doesn't look like things are gonna be very bright for him. I'm just buzzing around, and remember the common theme in all of these replays? Playing a certain position primarily. Well, this whole strip along the F line, okay, that counts as one position. I'm making my rounds, okay? Right now, I do something a little different, which is engage. T-57 heavy. Alright, so now I'm reloading, and the enemy is capturing our base quite rapidly, and nobody's doing jack shit, and nobody's close enough to stop it. Okay, nobody's close enough to stop it. So let's just watch and frickin' see what happens. And 84-5 and 86-87, and I get a little stuck here, but I'm okay. And 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. Nope, he got hit. Luckily somebody hit the motherfucker, but had they not, okay, left track hit by the leopard. Had they not, there's a leopard up on the hill, then I would have been the only thing stepping on the cap, which in this case I am. Now things are coming over after I was urging them to help and get on cap. Now this E50M doesn't like that I have my foot on the cap. He wants to come take care of me. He wants to come do something about it. Alright, and in this battle I learned a hard way that a 1390, even with APCR, has no business shooting at the front of a E50M. But as far as tracks and side go, you saw the results with that. You can get lit and scout through a dead tank. It acts as nothing. It acts as cover against shells, but it doesn't block line of sight. So remember that when you're behind a dead tank, in case you didn't know that already. You could see right through it, you can be seen right through it. But it is a nice thing to hide behind. So don't know why they did it that way. Just a game mechanic. He got hit by the M103 up there. I don't want to get hit by him again. In fact, I don't think I could afford to get hit by them again. Now, the reason why I'm backwards here is for two reasons. The turret is closer to the back, so it can be covered better if you press it up against the dead guy closer. The other thing is, if I'm gonna run, it's probably away from the hill, you know, like F0 where they're at. So that's why the front of my tank is in the direction I'm probably gonna run if I am confronted here. Also, you may have noticed how they had the upper hand as far as kills went, you know, and the tanks that they killed. But since I got on cap, alright, since they fully committed to the cap out and they thought they could, you know, pull it off because they had like 3 cappers and
Celui-là, ricochet.
plenty of things up on the hill,
En plein dans l'huile.
like that Foch 155, and not only that, they had other things to protect, like the 50-120 over there, on the rails that was teetering, the one that said Alpha 6 right now. So, you know, they committed to that, and once we stopped that, we found ourselves, my team, surrounding them and pinching them in. So their plan backfired on them for that reason, because it was very time dependent. You know, they had to either pull it off or else, you know, they find themselves in a bad position, because it turns out they went on camp for nothing. They turned into
On va la voir. Continue à tirer.
and they turn into sitting ducks, okay, and there's the win. GG.